can generate passive income while you sleep without risk and without starting a side hustle. How you can do that? There are 3 different products that we will talk about in this video. The only thing you need is, well, a little bit of money. But you can start small and grow that slowly or not so slowly over time. We will talk about high interest savings accounts, money market accounts, and fixed deposits. We'll start by what they are, why banks offer them, and how we can benefit from them. Then we'll take a closer look to each one of them and rate them for 2 different factors, which is interest rate and flexibility. And while doing that, we'll also discuss when to use them and for what. So let's dive in. Let's start with what they actually are. So all 3, the savings account, the money market account, and the fixed deposit, are financial products that are offered by some kind of financial institution, mostly banks. And they are different from the usual checking account or current account because they pay interest. Although nowadays you might also find checking accounts that offer interest, but it will likely not be that high. So why do banks do that? A huge part of a bank making money is off the interest rates on loans. So they lend money to other people or to third parties, and they receive interest rates in return. Now, to be able to lend that money, they need money, right? And for that, they use the deposited money from their customers. Now, the problem is that if they take it from the checking accounts, it's not very reliable because checking accounts fluctuate in their balance all the time. You know, you receive your income and then you pay all kinds of bills from the checking account. So the bank offers other financial products to incentivize us to put our money there by participating us on the interest rates. And therefore, the interest rates of those financial products will depend on the predictability for the bank. Let me explain what that means in a minute. The advantages for either 3 of those products, saving account, money market account, and fixed deposit, are that all of them are federally insured in most countries. That means up to a certain amount, you cannot lose that money, even if the bank goes bankrupt. All of them are very easy and fast to set up, and you practically get paid just by putting your money there. Now let's take a closer look at each of them. The savings account. It's an account where you deposit your money, and usually you can take it out anytime. That means the flexibility for you is very high, and that makes them ideal for your emergency fund and also for short-term savings, for example for a car or travel or a wedding. Now, because they are so flexible, that makes it quite unpredictable for the bank. So the interest rates here are generally rather low. However, there are online banks that, because of low maintenance cost or also because they're maybe new and want to attract new clients, also offer high interest savings accounts. And also now in 2023, where the interest rates are rising, even your local bank might offer a higher interest rates than in the past few years. Now, the interest rates of a savings account are variable. That means that they might change over time, for example due to market conditions, and also depending on the offer. Sometimes you get a certain percentage just for a couple of months, and sometimes the interest rate is only up to a certain amount of money, a cap amount. So if you start researching them, look if the conditions suit your needs. Also, in some cases there might be a limited deposit or a limited amount of withdrawings. Watch out if there are fees in those cases, because you are opening this account to make money, not to pay money. Next up is the money market accounts. They are also called money market deposit account. Please don't confuse them with the money market fund, because wherever it says fund, there are investments involved, and that makes it not safe. But here we're looking for a safe way to make money. So in these money market accounts, you also deposit your money there, and you usually can take it out anytime. That also makes them very flexible, and you can use them for your emergency fund or for short-term savings. These money market accounts can also come with check writing options and with debit cards. When it comes to the interest rates, they might offer higher interest rates compared to savings accounts, but remember, the bank needs predictability, so these higher interest rates might be accompanied by some limitations. Those limitations can be a minimum deposit, that also your deposit might have to stay over a certain threshold while you use that account and receive the interest rates. And they might also come with limited transactions. In my personal opinion, those are all factors that actually act in our favor, because this is not the account to pay bills from or to withdraw money all the time. That's what your checking account is for. If you're just starting out to save and you don't reach the minimum deposit yet, you might have to start with the savings account and then can switch later. The interest rates of market money accounts are also variable, so they might change over time, for example due to market conditions. So also here, watch out for fees when you withdraw too much or too often often so that you don't end up paying instead of receiving money. And next up are the fixed deposits. They are also called certificates of deposit. Now that is an account where you deposit your money for a fixed period of time and at a fixed interest rate for that time. That means the flexibility here is quite low, and you might need to pay high fees when you want to take the money out sooner than the agreed time period. But at the same time, that makes it very predictable for the bank, and that means that the interest rates here are relatively high. So the time you deposit and also the interest rates vary depending on the specific product. They can go from 6 months up to several years. Now, because of the low flexibility, this one is not suited for your emergency fund. However, you can use it for short-term saving if the time period still fits, and you can also use it for mid-term saving, for example for a house. And you can also use it as the risk-free part of your asset allocation. So get clear on your specific needs first, and then you can research which one of the 3 suits you best. That might take you maybe a few hours. The opening of an account itself mostly only takes a couple of minutes, so it's a very easy way to earn money while you sleep. Will that make you millions in the next few years? Well, no it won't, but it's still basically free money. How much you will earn depends on the interest rate and also on the amount that you deposit there. Let's say, for example, you find a savings account that pays an interest rate of 2% and your emergency fund has $10,000 in it. Then you take these $10,000 and multiply it by 0.02, and that makes $200 per year. Another example would be if you find a money market account that pays an interest rate of 4%, and let's say you have a little more in your emergency fund, let's say $20,000, that then already pays $800 per year. Not bad, right? You can just choose one. Depending on how much it is, you can also consider several. When you research, take a close look at the conditions. Like I said, most of the time there is a cap amount, so up to which amount the interest rate is paid, and also how long. Now, I don't recommend to put everything you earn and everything you save into those financial products, because the interest rate might not cover the inflation rate completely, and there are other ways to make higher returns. I especially don't want you to research every month if there is another bank that offers higher interest, because this time is better invested in the big picture and to look at other options to grow your wealth. The 3 accounts we discussed are a very good start, and maybe build your first passive income stream from money you already have. So it's kind of the safe foundation of personal finance, and then you can work your way up from there. Maybe you are looking for ways to feed that interest paying account a little faster, then I'll recommend this video next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.